All right, well, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for WIS News Primetime. I'm Greg Adeline.
Glad to have you with us, everyone. I'm Judy Gatson. Well, it's a little early to talk about women's basketball. Not really, never too early, right? But tonight, it is really not just about the team. It is about a man who is always in the stands, rooting deep from in his heart. Most of them know him as Gamecock Jesus. But tonight, we meet the real man behind that big heart, Carlton Thompson. His rousing presence is unmistakable, even in an arena sold out to the rafters. His energy unmatched, the hype man of all hype men, the legend affectionately known as Gamecock Jesus.
It's wonderful because my whole thing has always been that the fans can help win the game. And that's what I do. I make sure the fans are up and helping to win, and it works.
His real name is Carlton Thompson. His commitment to the Gamecocks goes back to 1968. He was a sophomore in high school when his brother, a Carolina freshman at the time, invited him to his first Gamecock basketball game.
Frank McGuire was here as coach, and we had such a good team. And John Roach hit that shot to win the game against Auburn, and we were sitting right there on the first or second row under the basket, and I was just hooked. I've been Gamecock fan ever since.
He has been among the faithful, waving his flag and stomping in the stands until unexpected news sidelined him late last year.
I started feeling really weak and sick around Christmas, and I had been going to all the basketball games up until that point, and so I went and I felt like, well, I must have COVID or something.
He recovered from COVID, but still felt weak.
Just felt like I was just totally drained, and so when I went back to the doctors and they started doing all kinds of tests, and that's when they figured out that I had prostate cancer, and it had already spread to my bones.
As a retired nurse, he understood exactly what he was facing.
The prostate cancer that I have is very aggressive, but it's very treatable if you catch prostate cancer in the early stages. And it's so easy to be screened with the PSA lab test, but I never did that. And I want to encourage all guys, all men, to do that screening to prevent the cancer.
His treatment regimen, which includes monthly chemo injections, is tough.
I'm taking this daily oral chemotherapy. It really wears me out. Every morning I have to take these 4 pills, and then 2 hours later I have to eat and take another prednisone. You know, I'm sleeping, but I'm just fretting. I'm hot one minute and cold the next. But my wife has been so encouraging and so helpful. She makes sure I'm taking my medicines. She brings me breakfast every morning, and just makes sure I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I don't know, I wouldn't be able to survive without her.
And now, his love that runs so deep for the Gamecocks is running back to him.
This is your coach. Wishing you a speedy recovery. I know that we have been praying super hard for you to get better. We're sending all of our love, all of our prayers, all of our well wishes. We know you are tough as nails, and we can't wait. We can't wait to see you throwing that Gamecock flag up, catching it, stomping your Crocs back into Colonial Life Arena.
Dawn Staley is just like a dream. I mean, she really is a dream merchant.
Carlton says Dawn has taught him what it means to really believe, and that all of the cards, letters, and encouragement from Gamecock Nation have given a whole new meaning to Forever to Thee.
Just all the love that I feel from everybody, my family, and especially the Gamecock fams, just keep me going, and it make me realize that we can win this. We can win this.
And we will.
We will.
We
Yeah.
absolutely will win it. And
that.
let me tell you something, Greg. First of all, the interview that he did with me was his first trip outside for anything other than a doctor's appointment. So I was so honored to sit down and knowing that he really wanted to share his story to encourage other people to get those screenings. And, you know, Gamecock Nation just hasn't been the same without him in the stands. So we are counting on seeing him back in Colonial Life Arena. We just got news today that there's going to be a special game, you know, coming up very soon. The girls will be back on the court before we know it. But this is what Gamecock Nation needs to do now. Be a part of the encouragement. He has cheered for the Gamecocks so much. It is time for us to cheer for him. You can send your cards, well wishes, even gift cards if you'd like, to the University of South Carolina Women's Basketball Office. Attention Gamecock Jesus and Dawn and her staff. They've been making personal deliveries of cards and everything that he needs. The address is 1051 Blossom Street, Columbia, South Carolina, 29208. And Greg, when Dawn talks about the FAMs, being part of the family, the FAMs, this is what she means, the way that they have been there for Colton and his wife. A special thank you to our chief photographer, Russ Condon, for helping me tell such a beautiful story, to Diane Palmer. She's on Dawn's staff to really help make things happen, in Brooklyn Baptist, because where else do you meet to share a story like that instead of a house of prayer? So
that's right.
It was what that makes our community so wonderful.
I love it. And it looks like he's keeping the faith. And I love the affirmation, we will win.
We will win.